This episode of the Jaguar Football Podcast is brought to you by Lorenzo's Tacos and Burritos, located at 1841 Old State Route 21, addicted to tacos. Hi everyone, I'm Carl Bierock. Welcome to the Jaguar Football Podcast. We are at week 7. This season seems to be flying by. And with us today is the head coach of the Seckman Jaguar football team, Dr. Nick Bear. Coach Bear, thank you so much for joining us today. I know it's a short week and we have an odd Thursday night game.
Yeah, happy to be 6-0, big win Friday night. And then, this week, really off our schedule. No school Monday, short week Thursday. So, we're going to have to make it work.
Yeah, no doubt. We're excited to be back at home for sure. And certainly the Friday game had its ups and downs. And, I would really boil it down. This is just my take. I can't wait for you to break down some plays and get your opinion on it. But I really feel that the game Friday came down to the next man up. And then just the defense took over the second half. So, we have the plays here broken down. And it looks like you have one queued up where we're on offense.
Yeah, it was a great game for our guys to be in. It's one of those things, 14-13 at halftime. We had to remind our guys, these are the types of games you want to be in. When you're in these close games, this is when your best players got to step up. We're kind of running into some issues with injuries. And, that's why we carry a lot of guys on the team. That's why they all work hard. That's why we preach and preach and preach. Wait for your opportunity because you never know when it will come. Another reason why we have been successful because the next guy steps up and we're still able to get it done on the football field. It was definitely kind of a back and forth game. We told the defense, if we could just limit the big plays, we were going to be fine. And unfortunately, early, they got those two big plays on us. But the defense really settled down. And I'll talk a little bit more about that in the film. But, the plan was make them drive, and they will make a mistake, if we make them run 8, 9, 10 plays in a row. Offense just got back to what we do, grinding the football out, some mean, tough runs. You'll see one of them. And then really our passing game, we sat down this week, especially after looking at our passing game at Oakville, going 2 for 6, a lot of balls downfield, not very accurate. How can we get some confidence? How can we kind of really get back to what we do? Completing some short, quick footballs and then letting our boys, do it on the ground once they catch it. So, excellent job with the game plan on both sides of the ball by Coach Taylor and Coach Connor, and then fantastic job by the boys trusting us and going out and executing it and getting it done.
It was
this first play here, talked about, wanting to get back to our passing game, our short, quick routes, that we can just get the ball out quick, let our athletes make a play in space. And we're really trying to work on it. What makes it harder here is we're really trying to work on trying to get more space between the corner and the receiver. And if you've been watching the last couple of weeks, these corners have been screwed down here pretty tight. So that makes it a little harder, and you got to try to go over the top. So we tried to go over the top last couple of weeks, haven't had much success. That we get out there Friday, these guys are a little backed off. Look at the down and distance up here. This is very early on. It's 4th and 3, 4th and 4. That's not a bad distance for us. We like to run the ball there, but we have enough confidence in our passing game and in our guys to get it done. You're going to see Cam Benson run a hitch. All right, come back to the ball. He's going to create just enough separation. We're going to get a good ball delivered, and then players make plays. Let the tape run. Got that separation. Corner takes a misstep outside. And I say people all the time, Cam Benson's probably one of the best athletes in the building, one of the better athletes on our team. We're just trying to get him to learn how to use it on the football field. And when this guy gets more confident, he's going to be pretty dangerous. This play did a lot for that confidence for sure. So fantastic job. 4th and 4 early on, second drive of the game, quick pitch and catch, and it's a 35-yard touchdown. We all look like geniuses. So, it makes that easier.
Yeah, certainly Cam, very talented, and just watching the Manning brothers on the Monday Night Football, they were talking about call sheets, and this is kind of maybe topical. Do you have plays designed to go to certain players, or is it more just like this is what we're going to run, and this is what we're going to go with, like just hit the open man, so to speak.
Oh no, yeah, we have different personnel packages. We have a power package, we have a spread package, we have speed. That means different guys are going to be on the field, and we definitely have different ways we want to get guys the ball. And that play there, I would say pre-snap, quarterback's probably trying to make a read here. Where does he want to go? He sees the safety on this side of the field, so you got two guys over here. No safety on this side of the field, so he probably went with the matchup he liked better there. Also, it's kind of to the shorter side of the field there, whereas this would have been a longer throw. This is a shorter throw here to the shorter side. Quick, get it out, let the guy make a play. So fantastic job, fantastic execution for sure. Great way to build confidence early in the game. And then here, we really, like we talked about what we wanted to do. We wanted to make a commitment to our play action passes. Talked a little bit last week about our boot play. This here is a play action pass. Play action means you make it look like a run, but you're really passing it, right? Get these guys sucked in. So we ran our counter a lot. You've seen the counter underneath with the wing back. We had probably run it I think we ran it 2 plays previous to this in a row. We started to see some of these eyes. You see his eyes. You watch his eyes. These eyes start getting in the backfield, and that's going to allow us, with our play action, to bring Devin Gosser right over the top. So how does he get wide open? Well, watch the eyes of the safety in the corner. Their eyes are stuck in the backfield. They're both up here. One's here and one's here on the edge. Devin's behind him about 5 yards. All the quarterback has to do, deliver the football. That's still a tough play to make. Great catch, great touchdown by Devin Gosser.
Yeah, no doubt.
He's definitely a guy that we want to try to get grooving and get him the ball, and he can make a lot of plays in space as well. And I've talked enough about how he can go up and get the ball, and great job for him for sure.
Hey, Coach, I'm going to kind of put you on the spot here because we have some junior Jags that watch this, and they enjoy having you break down this game tape. And you're talking about the secondary kind of watching in the backfield.
Right.
What would you pass along to perhaps some junior Jags that play in the secondary? What should they be looking out for in plays such as that one?
Yeah, well, you can't be watching the eye candy in the backfield. We have a couple different coverages. One of the easiest ways, and since this is play action, it's a little bit harder. One of the easiest ways to know if it's a pass or run is you'll see all these helmets pop up straight up of the offensive line. Play action pass does make it a little bit harder because you're going to see us fire off instead to make it look like run. We just can't go downfield. Oh, dadgummit. We just can't go downfield. So you still kind of see how those helmets are high. You see those helmets are high, get your eyes out of the backfield. Most likely this guy was supposed to be watching him here anyway. So you have your reads. Everybody has their job. It's not your job to have your eyes in the backfield. It's your job to have your eyes on your receiver in your zone. And like I said, in our defense, we have a few different coverages, so our eyes are going to different places. One thing that's really going to help you too, and we talk about it with our guys all the time, get those read steps, right? We start in that back pedal, 1, 2, 3. By the time you get there, if you see run, you're coming up. If you read pass, you're dropping back. Let's check the feet of this safety here. Not a lot of footwork. I'm not trying to dissect the safety, but you know what I'm saying? Like, these are the things that we're trying to do. You got to get in your back pedal, make your read, run, you fly up now. Well, you'll see some of our safeties and corners doing that here shortly. You read pass, you got to get to your drop. So it's a tough, especially with play action. That's exactly what this play was designed to do, and it worked. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. So.
I appreciate you breaking that down because it's helpful with those the younger generation watching this, and they seem to really enjoy having you break down the tape. So we appreciate you looking at that play.
Yeah, no doubt. This here, I'm going to kind of go that first drive coming out of half. It's 14-13. I know we were 12-7 against Fox, but really the defense hadn't really bent and broke and gave up that many points all year. And I'm not gonna lie. The if you walk past the locker room, because it's pretty close there was some tense moments on Friday night where we kind of had to snap a few guys back into the right mindset. But they came together as a team and they did it. We told them these are the moments you want to be in. These are the moments you work for. You remember games like this. and our guys came out. And like you said, defensively, we really kind of took over in the second half. And with this first 3 and out, we'll just kind of run through these plays pretty quickly here. But you'll see how we're flying around to that football. Boom, boom. Okay, one thing I love about this play, okay, we just got done talking about corners, free safeties, okay. They're going to motion. We're going to kind of screw down. You'll see our corner here, safety here, and another safety coming over the top. Read steps, and then now you're seeing us fly downhill. Like no linebacker gets into this play. It's our 2 safeties and our corner flying up to make this play. Great job of rallying to the football. Second down. Okay, this is a tough play to stop. This underneath wide receiver screen. If you didn't notice, these guys were fast. We talked about that. They're faster than us. They got athletes all over the field. When they got space, we saw what happened in the first quarter. So it's really important for us to limit that. You're going to see this little underneath wing screen. We knew they like to kind of slip this guy underneath on a few pass plays on a screen. So it's something we had practiced all week. Our guys do a great job of getting their eyes on him. And then once this, making a great play in space, honestly. I know they got about 7 or 8 yards here. You can see both our linebackers. You can see our safety come up. Okay, I know they got a few yards here, but that's a great play, defensive play on a really solid designed offensive play. 3rd and 10, okay. First quarter, first half, number 5, great athlete. We were missing him by 2 steps, right? He'd get through that hole. We'd have a linebacker waving at him 2 steps. We did a great job Friday night, once again, wearing them down. He got tired. So when he got tired, those 2 steps we were losing, those were 2 steps that we started gaining in the second half. And you can see Dylan Lappy really start to catch up to the quarterback throughout the whole second half. So, quarterback drop back. What we had all week was, I'm sure we've all watched football before. Quarterback spy, Dylan's job, keep an eye on him. Keep an eye on him. We know he's going to try to get out one of these B gaps. He doesn't see what he likes. He tries to get out. Dylan makes a great play. This is 4th. He got all the way within a yard from the sticks. Coming right out of half. When they say every inch matters, it does. I know it's a cliche, but it does. Great play here, 4th and 1. And now they got to punt it back to us, right? So great job of coming out of half. And really locking in and getting it done and kind of taking some of the things we were telling them at halftime to heart. And then, offensively, really proud of our drive coming after that. We scored once. We had another big play that got called back. We got to 1st and 20 at one point. Those are hard things for any offense to come away from, come back from, especially ours. We don't like being in 1st and 20. But, our guys did a great job keeping it together. It's just one of those things. Extremely proud of how the whole group battled all night long. This right here, another pass play. A play we've been practicing all summer. We just haven't ran it in a game yet, and it's kind of one of those things. You rep it, and then you just wait to pull it out. We kind of noticed they were losing a corner over here and starting to walk him over here. That's this guy right here. He gets a little lost. A lot of space. We talked, me, Coach Freeman, Coach Connor, we're not a bunch of geniuses, okay, I promise. But we did say, hey, we need to hit this space. What play do we got? Oh, wait, we know, okay. We may not have run it yet, but now we can. So you'll see Ben Lewis just kind of come right out here right now on a little flare route. Ideally, we're coming across here. You'll actually see Cam Benson. He's going to get caught up in the mess here. So it's a great thing that Ben Lewis is wide open on this. All that space, take it, quick pitch and catch, great move. Once again, we were 2nd and 12 there. Get the first down, and, when we get inside the 5-yard line, everybody in the country mile knows what's coming. Now you got to stop it. So we did a great job punching it in. So, we're in a close ball game. I don't remember exactly the score. Maybe it was 21-14 or 20. No, it was 20-13, I think, at this point. 2013, we had just scored. Pattonville's driving it down the field. I believe this was like, and I kind of go back and count again, but it's like play 17, 18, or 19 of this drive. They had ran like 17 plays in a row. We'd get them to 3rd down, barely squeak out a 1st down with the quarterback. He'd have a bad snap. He'd pick it up. He'd get out the back door somewhere else. That's what athletes do, and get the 1st down. So then we come to this play here. We told our guys all halftime, keep making them drive, bend but do not break. They will make a mistake, and this is where that mistake happened. Huge interception here by Jackson Rutledge. We'll break it down on a couple different levels first. All right, we'll start, with our boys up front here on the D line. We get a great pass rush, so immediately you see Isaac Johnston in here eating up 2 blocks. All right, Lucas Steinert, his job was to split the wing and the tackle. Well, he did that immediately. Here he stands. And then Luke Ferrario on the backside. And you got Gavin Shreve in here fighting too. It could be Law Newman. I don't know which one. His job is to rip, keep his pass rush outside, and as he sees this roll, stay tight in pursuit of the football. He did it all night long. So these guys do a great job getting that pressure. All right, second level, our linebackers, okay? So you're going to see this quarterback roll. All right, when the quarterback rolls, linebackers don't just stand there. Play side linebacker does what's called pull the chain. That would make this guy where his drop is normally here. All right, he sees the quarterback start to roll. Now his drop, since he's pulling the chain, he's got to replace him coming back this way. He does a pretty good job of that. So Luke Steinert gets to the quarterback. Boom. Okay, Luke Steinert, Dylan Lappy both get to the quarterback. They both had 3 sacks on Friday night, 1 shy of the team record. This was actually not one of their sacks. They have them wrapped up. So really, this guy doesn't throw the ball up in the air. These guys set a team record for sacks in a game. But now, this is one of those things where a quarterback kind of gets tired, starts doing a little too much, tries to make a play, and then he throws the ball up in the air. All right, now, third level of this play, okay, our back end. We've been very solid back here, okay, on our back end with our safeties and our DBs. We run this drill here all the time. We call it the scramble drill. So once this guy starts to scramble, he gets out of the pocket and he looks like he's starting to attack that line of scrimmage. These corners, these safeties, they could have a real, their body's telling them, hey, I got to go now. I got to get up there and make the tackle. I got to get up there and make the tackle. But what happens is these guys, guess what? They're slipped behind him. All he has to do is drop it over you. So we call it scramble drill, where once you see this guy start to scramble, all right, you're not going there. You got to stay deep, stay deep, stay deep, stay deep. All right, right here, you'll see Rutledge here pick up the guy coming to the flat late. This guy will come right here to the flat late. He's going to pick him up. It takes a lot of discipline not to fly up and try to make this play, but everybody's got to kind of wait. So watch them all wait. They're deep. They see the scramble. They see the scramble. Okay, we're still running here. We're still running here. Rutledge has eyes right here on the wingback coming out. All right, stays on him, stays on him. He's still there. Would like him a few feet closer to him, but he's still there. Quarterback puts the ball up. He makes a great play. All right, and it's time for the sideline to party. All right. This was just a really fun play for me. Very happy. Jackson Rutledge, a sophomore, starting in our defensive backfield, which is very hard to do. But he's somebody that has definitely earned it. And then, just continues to make plays when he's out there. Very proud of him and the work that he's put in. This was definitely an interception that was a long time coming. So very happy, very proud for him.
Yeah, Coach, it looks
like
a
huge moment there. 21-13. We get the ball back, or 2013, we get the ball back. Okay, now it goes to the offense. We've said plenty of times where the defense has won us football games. Now it's time for the offense to put it away. And we were just grinding all night long. And then this right here, this is just what they call a big boy run. Unfortunately, Brady Ambrose didn't dress Friday. Unfortunately, Mason Fowler suffered an injury, and it just becomes the next man up on this football team. And the next man up, number 15, Chance Rubel. You're going to see our weak sweep here. We're getting numbers weak side, so that's where we're going. And then you're just going to see him do his thing. Squeaks out, gets the edge. Big boy stiff arm here. Just a tough run and a great job. That's a great run for a sophomore, no doubt in my mind. And then we were able to punch it in, really get that 2-score lead to kind of help us solidify and seal the deal. Last play here, I just really like watching this play. It's, once again, just what our D-line is doing, okay? You're going to get this double team here on Isaac Johnston, and you're going to get Luke Ferrario coming here. You're going to get Steiner whooping his guy right here. We're going to get a blitz from Dylan Lappy. We're going to create a lot of pressure. See how Luke Ferrario just beat his guy right off the bat. He doesn't make this sack, but he made the sack, if you know what I'm saying. We flush him. Luke Steiner, Dylan Lappy get their hands on him. My favorite part is you got Isaac Johnson. I talk about him all the time. I know 160 pounds. He's got about 500 pounds laying on top of him. He sees the sack. He's the happiest guy on the planet. He's up celebrating with his boys. So just a fun play at the end of the game. And this one here, this was also fun. We're playing football. We're dealing with kids. We try to have a good time. And, clock's ticking down. We got 30 seconds left. A lot of teams, most of the time they're going for it on fourth down. Pattonville had kind of put up the white flag, which I understand. And you don't really get in this situation very much, but we didn't have a returner back here. We don't need to return it. All we got to do is take a knee, and we all get to go home and do our thing and enjoy the win. So we actually talked about it during the timeout. Okay, I think this is me right here too. I don't know. We told these guys, once that ball comes off his foot, we want every one of you sprinting as fast as you can to the sideline. It's a race to the sideline, see who can get there first. So, like I said, just one of those fun moments. They are kids. We're trying to have fun. If you can't have fun, what the hell are you doing it for? Ball goes off the foot. All right, you're just going to see Joe, Compton, Dom, everybody's trying to get to the sideline as fast as they possibly can, get to their boys, and let's have some fun. So, yeah, it's not often you see 9 guys around the football and all the white shirts on the sidelines. So, love it. But like I said, it was just a fun game. Those are the ones you want to be in, and there's going to come a time when our program is playing a lot of these types of games, and sometimes you win them, and we have been winning a lot of them lately. And then sometimes you lose them, and then you got to learn how to get better and learn from them. And we just have been playing a very consistent level of football. We haven't been turning it over. We've been getting great snaps. Guys are executing. They're battling it out, doing their jobs. And when you do that, good things happen.
Yeah, it seems like, you were highlighting some of the defensive plays and offense as well. And you've talked about this on the podcast almost from the very beginning, back in like April and May timeframe, that, it takes all 11 to execute. And
Yeah.
It looks like that, those plays that you highlight, especially defensively, the second half, everybody was on the same page that night.
Yeah, that's how it works. It's very selfless. I know I talk about the D-line a lot and guys like Luke Steiner and Isaac Johnson. But if you look on the score sheet, on the stat sheet, most nights those guys have 1 or 2 tackles. Ethan Shamo, I think he may have had 1 or maybe 0 tackles at corner. That's just not what it's about. It's about doing your job and making sure everybody else has the ability to make the play. So it's really a selfless attitude, and it's really helped our defense get to the next level.
All right. So, Coach, obviously big win against a big program. Now we have a special Thursday night edition of Seckman Jaguar football. Do you recall ever a Thursday night game in our history?
They're very few and far in between. This will be my first as a head coach. That's 6 years. As an assistant, sometimes my memory gets foggy, but I don't think I ever got to coach in one. But Coach Freeman and a few other coaches that have been here longer than that, they've played a few. Especially against the Parkway schools this time of year. So it's definitely a challenge. We talked about it too. A lot of the boys watch the NFL on Thursday night, and sometimes those games are pretty ugly. Those are ugly games. Sometimes, they talk about them all the time on ESPN too. Those NFL teams, they only got, they play on Sunday. They got to prepare Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, play a game on Thursday, and they're just a little extra sloppy. That's what we're fighting against this week. Instead of having our Tuesday, Wednesday practice, now we've only got Tuesday, and we got to kind of mix that together into Wednesday. So it's a challenge to our boys, and we're trying to make them aware of that. Like, it can happen to NFL players. I think it can happen to you. So, for us, it's just kind of changes our preparation, and, we're hoping we can get the boys' mindset in the right place.
Yeah, well, tell us a little bit about Parkway South. For those not familiar, their style of offense and defense. Just, what should we expect when, we all gather at the Valley on Thursday?
Yeah, when it comes to the Suburban Orange Conference the last couple of years, these guys right now, they're always finishing second and third. So they're right there up there with us in Oakville, typically in the final standings, and they're a pretty well-coached team. And as all Parkways, they've got a couple athletes. They got a tailback who's ran for 1,000 yards already this year. I believe he's like fourth in the St. Louis area. So, our defense is really looking forward to that challenge and being able to kind of shut him down and rise to the occasion. And, offensively, it's kind of game plan for us, do what we do. They're on a short week too. These guys played on Saturday.
Hmm.
So, they have one less day, for their coaches to reset, for their players to reset too. And they have to come here. So, that's definitely an advantage that we want to use for us and come out to a fast start. You know, Thursday night's also our junior Jaguar night where we'll have we're inviting our kindergarten through eighth grade teams, to come out and get in the game for free, get you a Valley dog, and come watch the boys play. I know we have a lot of kids there on most weeks anyway, but this is kind of that official night where we get to honor them. They'll make the tunnel as we run out, and it's just really a lot of fun. So I know it's a school night, but definitely try to come out, early for the first half. And, if you got to get your little tyke in bed for school the next day, I totally understand that.
We'll have you sign permission slips outside the gates of the stadium, little
Yeah.
notices. But no, we're looking forward to it. A special Thursday night, that's special, and so we look forward to that, and the junior Jags having their time as well. And so, Coach, we're just kind of it seems like you were on the road a little bit this past weekend, and had a chance to catch up with some former players that have moved on to playing on Saturdays, and just wondering if you could talk to us a little bit about the next level Jaguars you encountered this weekend.
Yeah, we have a lot of guys that I've coached the last 6 years are still playing football on Saturdays at the collegiate level at various different levels, and really all across the state of Missouri and even up in Iowa. So Coach Freeman and I, we had the opportunity there. I know you see that picture with Brandon Granger and Robert Frank. Brandon Granger, number 91. He's actually a senior at Quincy this year. Starts at defensive end. I mean, he is a grown man if you've ever seen one. Um, so, kind of time was running out. They were playing at McKendree, which Robert Frank plays at. He graduated, I believe, in 2021. So we got an opportunity to watch two of our guys play, and it was just a lot of fun. If you've never been out to a Division II football game, I'll be honest with you, it was my first that I've ever seen. There's a lot of speed on that field. There's some grown men on that field, some absolute freak athletes. It takes a high level of ability and strength to play. And, definitely recommend going out and getting to watch. But it was fun meeting those two guys, talking to them, getting a picture, especially since it's Brandon's last season.
Yeah, and that same day, Cole had his first collegiate touchdown.
Yeah, the SEMO boys are down there working. Cole, Cole's been getting some reps the last couple of weeks. Got in the end zone for the first time this Friday. So, 96 career high school touchdowns. That's his first one in college, and I'm sure it won't be his last. Exciting to watch him and Anthony Westervelt. He's actually starting to get some wide receiver reps at SEMO. And then Zach Hudson, who's right in the mix at offensive line down there. So to have three of our guys down there playing at SEMO at that level of football is well, I'm very proud of them. That's no doubt. I turn on the ESPN Plus, and I keep telling my wife, I promise I'll stop, screaming like a schoolgirl every time they touch the football or get on the field. But it hasn't gotten old yet, and it's just a lot of fun watching these guys do their thing and spread the good word of Seckman football. We got Luke Johnson, Tommy Gabar, and Trent Enlow. They're all at Missouri Baptist. Tommy actually got his first carry last week. I think it was a 15-yard game for a first down. Max Sells up at Upper Iowa. We got Dean Meckel from last year's team. He's in Missouri Western right now, putting in his work on the scout team, hopefully making the dress list towards the end of the year. And we also got Caleb Niebuhr, graduated in 2021. He's in the at Lincoln University. And Jake Seidel, 2019. He's actually a senior in college too. He's at Missouri S&T. So he'll be finishing up his college career. So we got a lot of guys in a lot of different places spreading the good word. And, if we have people that are, currently in our program that are interested in playing at the next level, these are guys they can look to. And, I'm more than happy to help.
Very good. And we'll expand upon that topic in an upcoming podcast because it really is an interesting journey. You wrote about it in your weekly email, and again, we'll dig into that a little bit later on a future podcast for sure. Just want to remind everyone again, the game this Thursday, 7:00, special Thursday night game. So again, we want to see you fill those stands. The weather should be great. we'll have all the updates and necessary information on our social channels. We always invite you to like and subscribe to our Facebook page. And Coach, here we are. With the I guess the boys and everyone has Friday off. I don't see them going to Vegas for the weekend, but just curious, what are you gonna do with a Friday night off? It's a something rare, I imagine.
Yeah, I don't know. We have some things on the calendar yet I need to talk to my wife about, but I think we got a hockey team party that I might have to go to, which is fine. If any, I mean, I have no problem doing it. But a Friday night off, maybe try to catch a few games on Huddle.tv and kind of see what some of our upcoming opponents are doing. But yeah, probably getting to bed early is number one for me.
Yeah. So, just wanted to, we spoke a lot about the Pattonville game,
Mhm.
gave a preview of Parkway West or Parkway South rather. Any other final thoughts, for the Jaguar Nation here as we round out week 7?
No, it was a lot of fun last night watching our lower level teams play against Pattonville. Two, very close, hard fought games against a quality program. Freshman won 14-12, JV won 26-20. A lot of guys getting on the field, getting very valuable experience. Those teams only got 3 weeks to go, so very important for them to make sure they continue to come out to practice, finish the season right. Today, freshman JV are actually gonna have a little joint practice, a little scrimmage, things like that. So that'll kind of freshen things up for them. And varsity, we gotta have a great Tuesday practice.
Yeah, well, especially with the lower levels and their success, the future looks bright, and we look forward to seeing how the team responds on Thursday for a special game. So, Coach, as always, thank you so much for your time. We appreciate you, and we will catch up with you next week.
Perfect. Thanks, Carl.
All right, thank you.